It's Week 18 of the National Football League. And up next, it's a name everyone will recognize, Marvin Harrison Jr. He comes into this one fifth in the NFL in touchdown receptions. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. Next,
it is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday. So it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else their season's going to end. And then on...
Here's Cade York to start the ball game. And off we go from Ford Field. Here's Smith to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his fourth NFL campaign.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
And on third down, that ball incomplete. Traylon Burks, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to fourth down. So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his third year in the league.
Now, Mike, at this level here in the NFL, you just rarely see the type of performance where one player on the field just stands out that much against his peers. But that's exactly what we saw out of this quarterback a week ago. I mean, throwing for all those touchdowns, that's one thing. But the fact that he was able to protect the ball in the process is what really was impressive to me. I mean, it's not like he was just out there in the backyard chucking the ball all over the place. I mean, he was methodical, cerebral, lethal with his approach. Truthfully, I have no idea how you follow up a performance like that, but I'm certainly excited to see what he has in store.
Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for third and 3. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
The Lions offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught down the field is Burks. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Catch made there by Burks. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is it.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught left side by Bowers. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a first down.
They'll look to throw. They'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. That one is good. And the visitors are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. We'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason into the night. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down. Now they'll set up to throw. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
It's first down, and they'll run. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Junior Colson there to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
He'll look to throw. To the tight end, likely. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. Coming open, that's the tight end, likely. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. That'll be enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got it at the 7. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Detroit. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He comes into this final weekend as the NFL's leader in passing yards as he looks to finish the season strong. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the outside, he's got Harrison.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Here comes 3rd and 6. He's going to have the first down and then some.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll run on 2nd down. And And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's third down and a few inches. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be brought down.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on third and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything's short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another.
To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Brock Bowers for the score. What a terrific play at the back of the end zone. Greg, that is so hard to do, but something you did during your career. How do guys pull that off?
Yeah, the key here, Mike, is the concentration to not only...
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays
play
are
is under
reviewed,
review.
so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Makes the score. Visitors 10, Lions 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
He finds Likely, his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 10-7 is the score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He's got it. That's Burks. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Gabe Davis, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He gets this one to Tucker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will level the score at 10 apiece.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get free.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. They send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw again. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Pass complete there to Harrison. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Thrown quickly on the RPO to Bowers. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He is down at the 14, but will have the first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Quick hitting slant there. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Handoff here, up the middle. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Lions offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And we'll mark them down just shy of the 40.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the 50, he'll set in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play. It is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quickly to the outside and complete. And this is going to set him up with 1st and goal. Mark him out of bounds at the 4. Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out front as that inches closer to halftime. Nico Collins, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Justin Herbert has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Titans trying to hold on and claim victory. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. It's a 1st down and a gain of 16.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind him, and that's the landmark of the screenplay.
That's to the right side and caught by Bowers.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Bowers. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. This one caught at the 4.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the 1st half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and 6.
6 yards to go.
They'll throw out of the gun. That's taken in by Burks. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Now a give on the ground, and he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll start at the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
And that's a heck of a return right there. I mean, he's going to bounce his way towards the left sideline. Just a ton of space over there to run. And they finally get him out of bounds. But not until he nearly managed to turn the corner and almost take it all the way.
The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense over 300 yards passing in the game and has been sharp right from the start. They bring the tight end in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6 at second and goal. Back to the air one more time. He's got it at the 3. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. Now this looks like a design run, and he will do it himself. He's in for the touchdown. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. You have a tight end motioning left here. Now a run on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this down.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Is made. That is Williams. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The gain of 7 brings up 3rd and 12.
They'll look to throw. That's complete on the tight end screen. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 20-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
Complete to number 88.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
It's a gain of 6. Results in a first down.
He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Putting the tight end in motion. There's that man again. Another catch.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
On the ground, it's the tight end. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Has a touchdown. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now it's York for the PAT. The kick is good. And the visitors will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. Well, can't afford another incompletion here. quickly it is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the visitors are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
So now this team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. To the ground, a 1st down run. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And they bring them down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. Another one. Through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the visitors will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good for the Lions.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Junior Colson.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. And right about now, they might be thinking, are we sure we want an off week next week? They're going to head into the bye with momentum as they try to polish this one off. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now, faking the give. This one complete, right side. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
Result is a first down.
They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll go with a counter on first down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He finds Likely, his tight end. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. And he's in. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Lions. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Lions are able to edge a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught down the field is Burks. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact. And really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on, as they're going to start this drive 1st and 10. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
So, it's a win for our visitors. They finish off the regular season with some momentum. And they'll wait with bated breath to find out who they're going to play next week in the wild card round. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.